My name is Chloe Jensen, and I am 22 years old. I'm in my final year at UNC Chapel Hill, majoring in graphic design, a path I fought tooth and nail for against expectations that I'd follow a more practical route. For the most part, my life felt like it was finally clicking into place, challenging classes I loved, a tight-knit group of friends, and Liam. Liam was the kind of guy who seemed to walk straight out of a movie montage. Effortlessly charming, ridiculously handsome, with a lazy smile that could melt glaciers. We'd been together for just over a year, and it felt serious, real. We talked about the future, about apartments after graduation, about building something together. I trusted him implicitly. That trust, I would soon learn, was tragically misplaced. The trouble started, as it often does, with money. Specifically, the $5,000 my parents sent me for my final semester's tuition. Seeing that deposit notification pop up on my phone felt like the first deep breath I'd taken in weeks. My parents, Sarah and David, aren't wealthy, just hardworking people who run a small bookstore back home in Asheville. Sending that money was a significant sacrifice for them, a tangible symbol of their belief in me, and the pressure to not screw it up felt immense. The tuition deadline was looming, just 2 weeks away. I remember calling them immediately, my voice thick with gratitude. Mom, Dad, thank you so much. It came through. I can finally register for my last classes. Of course, sweetie. My mom's warm voice came through the line. Just make sure it goes straight to the university.
No detours.
We're so proud of you, Chloe, my dad added. Finish strong. I promised them I would, feeling a surge of determination. This was it, the home stretch. That evening, Liam came over to my tiny off-campus apartment. We were making dinner, pasta boiling on the stove, music playing softly. He seemed a little off, quieter than usual, a nervous energy buzzing beneath his usual cool exterior. Everything okay? I asked, stirring the sauce. He hesitated, then pulled me close, resting his chin on top of my head. Everything's amazing, actually, he said, his voice suddenly filled with excitement. Remember that project I told you about? The software development thing with Mike? I nodded vaguely. Liam was always dabbling in side hustles, usually vague tech ventures or investment ideas that sounded impressive but rarely materialized. Well, it's about to hit big, he continued, pulling back to look me in the eyes, his own shining with an almost feverish light. Like really big. We finalized the prototype, and we have an investor lined up, ready to sign next week. This could set us up, Chloe. Seriously. Enough to pay off your student loans, get that dream apartment downtown, travel. Wow, Liam, that's incredible, I said, genuinely happy for him. There's just one snag, he said, his smile faltering slightly. To finalize the deal, Mike and I need to show proof of final seed funding by Friday. Just a formality really shows we're serious. We're almost there, but we're short about $5,000. My stomach dropped. $5,000. The exact amount sitting in my account, earmarked for tuition. Oh, I said, the single syllable heavy with implication. He saw the look on my face and immediately backtracked. Hey, no, I'm not asking you, he said quickly, holding up his hands. I wouldn't do that. I'll figure something out. Sell my laptop. Ask my uncle, it's fine. But his eyes held a desperate plea. He knew I had the money. He knew the tuition deadline wasn't until the following week. Over the next 2 days, he played his part perfectly. He acted stressed, mentioned calling relatives who apparently couldn't help, talked about how close they were to this life-changing deal. He never directly asked me for the money again, but his anxiety was palpable. He'd sigh dramatically while scrolling through his phone, run his hands through his hair, talk about how this opportunity was slipping through their fingers. He painted a picture of our future, a future funded by this deal, dangling just out of reach. My best friend, Maya, was skeptical. We were grabbing coffee between classes. $5,000? Due by Friday? For a deal that closes next week? Chloe, that sounds fishy, she said, stirring her iced latte. Are you sure you trust this Mike guy? Have you even met him? I hadn't. Liam always described him vaguely. A genius coder, connected. Liam wouldn't lie to me, I insisted, maybe trying to convince myself as much as her. He's just stressed. This is huge for him. Just be careful, Maya warned. Tuition money isn't play money. Her words echoed my own internal doubts, But Liam's quiet desperation, coupled with the dazzling future he painted, chipped away at my resolve. He knew how much I worried about my student loans, how much I dreamed of a life without the constant financial anxiety I'd seen my parents endure. He played on that. Thursday night, the night before his supposed deadline, he came over looking utterly defeated. "It's not going to happen," he said, slumping onto my couch. "My uncle couldn't help. We're going to lose the investor." He buried his face in his hands. Our whole future, Chloe, gone. Seeing him like that broke my heart. All my carefully constructed defenses crumbled. This wasn't just his dream. He had woven me into it. My rational mind screamed warnings, but my heart, tangled up in love and hope, overruled it. "Liam," I said softly, sitting beside him. "I have the tuition money. The deadline isn't for another week. You said you'd get the investment money next week, right? You could pay it back before the university even processes the payment." His head snapped up, his eyes wide with what looked like relief. Maybe even disbelief. "Chloe, no. I couldn't ask you to do that. It's too risky." "You didn't ask," I said, forcing a confidence I didn't feel. "I'm offering. We're a team, right? We support each other." He pulled me into a tight hug, burying his face in my hair. "You have no idea what this means," he whispered. "I'll pay you back the second the wire transfer clears. Tuesday latest. I promise." The next morning, feeling a sickening mix of anxiety and misplaced heroism, I transferred the $5,000 to his account. The confirmation screen felt like a point of no return. "Please let this be real," I prayed silently. "Please don't let me regret this." For the next few days, Liam was ecstatic. He was showering me with affection, talking nonstop about the deal closing on Monday, planning celebratory dinners. His confidence was infectious, and I started to relax, allowing myself to believe everything would be okay. Monday came and went. No word on the wire transfer. "Just some bank delays," Liam said casually when I asked that evening. The investor confirmed it sent. "Should be here tomorrow." Tuesday arrived. Still nothing. Liam's explanations became vaguer. "International transfer issues," he mumbled, avoiding my eye. "Lawyers finalizing details." The easy charm was gone, replaced by a nervous energy that set my teeth on edge. The tuition deadline was now less than a week away. Panic began to coil in my stomach. "Liam, I need that money back," I said on Wednesday night, my voice sharper than I intended. "The deadline is Monday. I can't be late." I know, he snapped, running a hand through his hair. "Just give me one more day. I'm sorting it out." He seemed genuinely stressed, and a part of me felt guilty for pressuring him. But the logical part, the part Maya had warned me about, was screaming. Thursday was worse. He stopped answering my calls, replying only with brief, evasive texts. Meeting ran late. Still waiting on the bank. "We'll call you later." He didn't call. By Thursday evening, I was frantic. The $5,000 represented not just my tuition, but my parents' sacrifice, my entire final semester. Failure wasn't an option. Maya tried to help. "Okay, deep breaths," she said over the phone. Where would he even go if he had $5,000 burning a hole in his pocket? We brainstormed. New tech gadgets? A fancy dinner? A weekend trip? Nothing seemed right. Then, something Liam had said weeks ago, a casual comment I'd barely registered at the time, surfaced in my memory. He'd mentioned a friend who played online poker, talking about a big win with a dismissive laugh. At the time, I thought nothing of it. Now, it felt like a cold dread washing over me. "Maya," I whispered into the phone. "Do you think, could he have gambled it?" "Liam?" "No way," she said initially. But then, after a pause, "Actually, he did mention wanting to go to Vegas once. And he always seemed a little too interested in those crypto get-rich-quick schemes." The possibility, once unthinkable, now felt terrifyingly real. I felt sick. How could I find out? Checking his bank account felt like a massive violation of trust, but the alternative, losing my tuition, failing my parents, potentially dropping out of school, was worse. My hands were shaking as I remembered he'd once logged into his bank account on my laptop to transfer money for pizza. His login info was probably still saved. It took me 20 minutes to work up the nerve. With my heart pounding, I opened my laptop, navigated to his bank's website, and clicked on the saved login. It worked. The page loaded, showing his checking account balance, $14.37. I scrolled down through the recent transactions, my breath catching in my throat. There it was. Last Friday, the day I sent him the money, a $5,000 deposit from my account, immediately followed by a series of withdrawals, all marked with the same location code. Blue Chip Casino, ATM withdrawal, $1,000, another 1,000. Then smaller amounts, 500, 200, until the entire 5,000 was gone, depleted in less than 48 hours over the weekend. The screen blurred through my tears. He hadn't invested it. He hadn't been waiting for a wire transfer. He had taken my tuition money, my parents' hard-earned sacrifice, and flushed it down the drain at a casino. The betrayal felt physical, a gaping wound in my chest. I didn't know what to do. Scream? Confront him? Call my parents? I felt paralyzed by the magnitude of his deception. He hadn't just lost the money. He had systematically lied to me for a week, watching me panic while knowing exactly where it had gone. He chose that moment to text me. Hey, still sorting bank stuff. Crazy slow. Can I come over later? The casualness of his message, the utter lack of remorse, snapped something inside me. The hurt solidified into a cold, hard anger. No, I typed back, my fingers surprisingly steady. Don't come over. Ever again. His reply was instant. Oh. What's wrong? I know where the money went, Liam, I wrote. I know about the casino. We're done. My phone immediately started ringing. His name flashed on the screen. I declined the call, then blocked his number. I blocked him on social media, blocked his email. I didn't want to hear his excuses, his apologies, his inevitable attempts to manipulate me again. It was over. Then, the full weight of the situation crashed down on me. The tuition deadline was Monday. I had $14.37 in my account, and the $5,000 was gone. I sank onto my apartment floor and finally let myself sob, not just for the lost money or the broken relationship, but for the shattering of the trust one had so freely given. After the initial wave of grief and anger passed, a sickening shame washed over me. How could I have been so stupid? How could I tell my parents? They had trusted me, sacrificed for me, and I had thrown their money away on a lie. The thought of calling them, of admitting my failure, felt unbearable. I spent Friday and Saturday in a fog of despair, barely eating, just staring at the looming tuition deadline on my calendar. Maya tried to cheer me up, brought over takeout, offered to let me vent, but I felt numb, disconnected. Sunday morning arrived, cold and gray, mirroring my mood. The deadline was tomorrow. I had no options left. With trembling hands, I dialed my parents' number. My mom answered, her voice cheerful. Chloe. How's everything? The forced brightness in my own voice felt like a betrayal. Mom. Everything's not great. I took a deep breath, and the words tumbled out, the whole sordid story. Liam, the investment, the lies, the casino, the lost $5,000. I expected yelling, disappointment, maybe even an I told you so. Instead, there was silence on the other end. Then my mom's voice, softer now, laced with concern. Oh, Chloe. Honey, are you okay? No, I whispered, the tears finally breaking free. I messed up so bad. The tuition, it's gone. I don't know what to do. Okay, first take a deep breath, she said calmly. It's just money. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? Her immediate concern for my well-being, rather than the money, undid me. I sobbed into the phone, letting out all the fear and shame I had been holding in. My dad got on the extension. Chloe Bug, he said, using his old nickname for me, his voice gruff but kind. We're not mad at you. We're furious with him. But you're safe. That's what matters. But the tuition, I choked out. The deadline is tomorrow. Don't worry about the tuition, my dad said firmly. We'll handle it. Can you check your email? Confused, I wiped my eyes and opened my laptop. Sitting in my inbox was a new email notification from my bank. Subject, incoming wire transfer. I clicked it open. My parents had just sent another $5,000. Dad? Mom? How? We have an emergency fund, sweetie, Mom said gently. That's what it's for. Real emergencies. You focus on finishing school. We'll deal with Liam later. I couldn't speak, overwhelmed by their unwavering support, their unconditional love. They weren't disappointed. They were protective. They didn't blame me, they blamed him. They didn't lecture, they rescued. Thank you, I finally whispered, the words inadequate. I love you guys so much. We love you too, Dad said. Now go pay that tuition, finish strong, and forget about that loser. You deserve so much better. After I hung up, I sat there for a long time, the bank confirmation glowing on my screen. Liam's betrayal had been devastating, but my parents' reaction was a powerful reminder of what true family, true support looked like. I paid my tuition immediately, the confirmation email feeling like a victory. I blocked Liam completely, determined to move forward. The heartbreak was still raw, the lesson learned incredibly painful, but I wasn't broken. I had my future ahead of me, supported by the people who truly mattered. And that, I realized, was worth more than any amount of money.